am reaching over to grab some chapstick so my lips can be moisturized while I talk to you, okay? There we go. Hey, boo. How are you? I know some of you guys are going to jump on and watch the replay. This was not scheduled or planned. I just felt like going live. And of course, I had to share with my podcast listeners as well as my YouTube viewers. My hair has conditioner in it versus gel today, so we rocking the low fresh cut. Hey, Coach Ray, how are you? If you're new here, hey girl. I am Dr. AJ Austin. I am founder of the International Center for Life Coach Training, LLC, where I train Black women of faith to become a certified life coach online in one day. You can find out everything, over at www.blacklifecoachmovement.com because it is the first step on your life coach certification journey. It's now posted in the Facebook comments. I'm trying to pin it. There we go. It's now pinned in the Facebook comments. And I just felt like going live to chat with you. I just jumped off of a coaching call. I was tired of listening, so I was like, let me come talk to my people. So my shirt says straight out of Atlanta today. We're representing for the SITSU, the ATL. But I wanted to congratulate some of our coaches who you may know, but you didn't know they were our coaches. Two jump to mind. Now we have at the time of this recording, 155 certified life coaches around the world, okay? Lately, two that have been on the radar because they come up in conversation when you guys call the office and ask about becoming a certified life coach. Hi, Coach Michelle Green. How are you? Some of our coaches are here with us live. All of our coaches who have become certified with me over the last year. Some of you guys know I have an 8-year anniversary coming up this month on the 27th, which is what you'll see over at blacklifecoachmovement.com. It's a bundle for beginners who want to get certified. It launches on my 8-year anniversary. And we've had a lot of coaches go through this training. And if you've ever gone through the training and completed the training, then you're a winner in my book. Because whether it is one day, whether it takes you longer than the 8 hours of the life coach certification training, you did it, And so I had a chat with a future Black life coach earlier by phone. She called the office. And I was telling her, everybody that signs up does not complete the training. That's just real talk. And she's like, oh my gosh, you're scaring me. And I was like, nope, I'm just being honest. Because we as a company here at the International Center for Life Coach Training, LLC, believe in ethical engagement. We do not have a 100% completion rate. Just because people sign up for the training does not mean they're going to finish, because life. Y'all have jobs and families and other dreams and other priorities that can sometimes jump in the way of completing certification. But myself and my crew, you become what we call the Ladies of Legacy when you get certified with me in our one-day life coach certification training process. And so our legacies are very supportive. They hold each other accountable. And that's what I was able to witness with one of our very successful life coaches. And I'm calling her very successful. She would never call herself this. But Coach Narecia Johnson, she's here in Atlanta with me. She recently was invited to be a life coach. I don't even know how to break this down, but here's what I was thinking. So she was selected as a local life coach to host a documentary. She was the featured life coach for people who are seeking to overcome trauma. And I thought she was going to be maybe interviewed or talked about, the process of life coaching or what it was like to get certified or what it's like to be a coach. Child. Coach Narecia was literally the star of this show, you guys, that was so professionally put together. And she reminded me of taking the seat of like a Nayala Van Zant. which when you guys come to my training, most of you say, I want to do what Ayana did. Listen, Coach Naricia is our current success example of what it's like to sit in that seat, have lights and camera and makeup and hair and wardrobe and the world looking at you as you coach, as you shine in this new skill. And so I feel like I don't get to brag on my coaches enough, but this one stood out. We also have very new life coaches who come into the training and just take off. They start building their business out for their retirement plan, or they make the jump from Dr. AJ, I'm about to quit my job in 30 days. And, they're setting themselves up to be coaches and speakers and podcast hosts and podcast guests and just making money in so many untraditional ways, but the ways, while they're not traditional, they allow for a legacy to be left. And I love it. And so that's why I wanted to jump on and shout out our success stories recently. We also have coaches who do everything they're supposed to do, like Coach Corinthia, who, since I met her, she's like, let me find a way to make it through this training. Let me find a way to work with you. Let me get my work done. She did it. And now she's just off to the races doing her own thing. Coach Lee, one of our new coaches, was one of those coaches who is setting herself up for what's next in life since certification. We have Coach Keisha. She actually came and trained here live in Atlanta with me. You guys may see her on a reality show. There's a show, and I need to find the name of it, but it's for amputees. So Coach Keisha had a car accident. She lost both of her legs, and she wrote a book about her story. And so she brought all of that to class. We got her certified. Now she's a star of a reality TV show. So you may have seen her. I seen a promotion recently with her on there, and I was like, look at Coach Cage. So much is possible. We had, if you've been in any of my trainings recently, especially those that I go into detail about over at blacklifecoachmovement.com, we have coaches who have written books. Coach Pixie was one of our coaches that came to train with me here in Atlanta. She also followed me around the classroom at the end when I was packing up, and she's like, Dr. AJ, I want to write a book. So she wrote a book. She sold 350 copies within her first few months of the book being released. She shipped some of her books to Steve Harvey's show, to the Ellen DeGeneres show. Someone else was looking to write a book, and I said, well, I just taught Pixie how to do it. Let me send you her way. And that person paid her. This was a $5,000 project from another documentary filmmaker who wanted to write a book using the formula that I shared with one of our newest coaches. I'm trying to think who else. Shouts out to Coach Alexis, who has been showing up the last few days, posting and telling people who she is and what she does as a coach. Because when you get certified, it's kind of hard to brag on yourself, how awesome you are, that you just took this certification process and start telling your story in order to get clients. But that's how we land clients, being vulnerable and relatable. And so Coach Alexis has been putting herself out there. And all of our ladies who are in our accountability group, we have a group of coaches that come together every single day to tell what they've done in their business. And so shouts out to all of our C3 coaches. You know who you are. So those who are doing something to market their business, to make money, to make a difference, to make an impact, regardless of what that looks like, and everybody's is different, but it's to look back and have something to be encouraged by. Coach Sheree, who said yes to getting certified, and now she literally sits on a panel of coaches who I've brought, and you'll see her in the boot camp that's featured in the blacklifecoachmovement.com bundle for you future Black Life coaches who are coming to get certified with us soon. So Coach Sheree, Coach Sonia, Coach Donna Cash, let's see, who else? Coach Shannon, Coach Alexis, I think I said Coach Sonia, Coach Lee. There were several coaches, Coach Narisi as well, and all of our coaches who you may not see on camera, but they are behind the scenes doing their thing. And if I did not shout you out, I love you, and you know that, ladies of legacy. So these are just people who are up on the radar. They're doing something in their business every day to put themselves out there. They are considered a success in my book because, as we mentioned, number one, they finished the course. of getting certified. Number two, they are showing up to market their business, to tell people they're a certified life coach, what they do, what they coach around, how they can help. And number three, they're getting known for it, whether it's in the form of a financial payment or television time or exposure or future contracts coming up or future gigs. One of our coaches recently did a podcast interview. So what I love about when our coaches come get certified with us, number one, they start by using resources like those that I put together over at blacklifecoachmovement.com. And then number two, when they get certified, they become what we call the Ladies of Legacy. And then number three, they come together with other legacies to support each other, hold each other accountable, vent, chat, hold space for each other, fill in the gap, share resources, and so much more that encourages their fellow legacy, their sisters in Christ, their sisters in this journey. Because as Black women of faith who are now certified life coaches, we know that coaching is all about marketing. It is definitely a ministry. It's a movement, but it's also a mindset. You got to stay in all the M's, okay? We just Emineming over here because it takes a lot to get to where you really want to be as a coach. So if you've ever called my office, I ask you questions about your vision. Where do you see yourself after you get certified? What comes next? And one of our future Black life coaches I spoke to today, she's like, I never thought about it like that, And I love that response because this gives you a chance to dream or do what we call vision casting. And so you'll see some of that being done in the resource bundle over at blacklifecoachmovement.com, where just coaches who know they want to be certified are sharing and selling the vision of what comes after certification, because something got you here. Something got you watching this live, wanting to be nosy and find out about successful Black life coaches. Something got you wanting to come train. Something got some of y'all have already scooped up the bundle over at blacklifecoachmovement.com. Something got you watching my YouTube videos, listening to my podcast, and or calling my office or being in my email inbox or my Facebook or my Instagram DMs asking questions about becoming a coach. Something led you here. That something never, ever goes away. You got to feed it. You got to scratch that itch, if you will. You got to, pump something into the vein that wants to become a lifeblood in your life, something that could financially add some currency, some income to what you already do to help build your legacy. And so what I love about our coaches is that regardless of the dream and the vision they have to become certified life coaches as Black women of faith, I have experience in every area you can think of, from television to podcasting to being an author to being that certified life coach, that new coach, and now a master life coach trainer with my own company, 155 certified life coaches around the world. And now one of the literally go-to experts, where when the topic of becoming a certified life coach for Black women comes up, I am the name that reaches the internet streets and from state to state and get the referrals and the recommendations from people that I've never met, but they know the mission, the movement, the ministry, the marketing and the mindset. We got that other M in there of this thing we call life coaching, and I love every minute of it. So if you want more examples of what it looks like to be a successful life coach and you want to hear it, from the horse's mouth, starting with me and our successful coaches, check out blacklifecoachmovement.com on tonight, because on April 27th, which is my 8-year life coach certification anniversary, I'm releasing this bundle unto you, and it's full of, I think it's 4 really, really, really good goodies. Everything from videos to e-audios to the pre-training of what it looks like to come train and certify with me, to a checklist of what to look for in a training to make sure all of your needs are met when you finally say, yes, I do. Use me, Lord. You know what to look for in a training. And so I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. For those of you who are here live, does anyone have any questions before we go about becoming a coach, or what it looks like, or what it could potentially look like as a certified Black life coach who is successful, who is a mentor, a role model, an influencer? I have recently joined a group of fellow online ministers, and we are kingdom influencers, and I love that so much. So we are influencing the kingdom of God using the work that He's called us to do. that I mentioned earlier. It doesn't go anywhere. It continues to keep you up at night and knock on your heart, or it's always on your mind, or you see and you get all these ideas for what you could do as a future Black life coach. I'm here to help you on that journey and provide the education you need, the relatability that you need, and the community that you need of other people who are engaging in life coaching and making an impact in ways that they only dreamt of before they got certified. Certification adds just this confidence, right, Coach Alexis? Hey, girl. So we're just wrapping up. I am bragging on you guys, my ladies of legacy, my list of certified coaches around the world who are doing things from television to retirement planning to speaking to podcasting to simply showing up like you are, Alexis, and putting themselves out there to tell people who they are, what they do, and how they can serve them. And new coaches who are trying to pass this thing called life coach certification. Coach Deborah is one of our new coaches. We have Coach Jessica. We have Coach Erica. Coach Salima. She is new, one of our new coaches. And I mean, she killed the certification process. And those who are just showing up. And some of them even give me new ideas for how to show up and serve you guys. So as I mentioned, whether you're in the certification, you're getting ready to dive into it, or you're considering it, I definitely want to encourage you to check out blacklifecoachmovement.com because that's where the movement starts. This is not a trend for us, you guys. We're Black 365 days a year, okay? Black life coaching is on the rise, and we need coaches like never before. And if you called, as I mentioned in a previous live, when I show up, it's to confirm something God already whispered to your heart, okay? He just uses me as a vessel to confirm that thing as a prophet, okay? Hey, Keisha Jones, how are you? So are there any questions before I go about becoming a certified life coach or what's in the bundle over at blacklifecoachmovement.com? Any more examples that y'all want me to share of our successful coaches? You can see a lot of our success stories with the resources I share in the Future Black Life Coach bundle over at blacklifecoachmovement.com. Some of our certified coaches have gotten this bundle as well, and I think it's phenomenal because it's full of new resources that some of our certified coaches don't even have. So yes, Coach Alexis is saying it's not a trend, it's a calling, y'all. So I'm just thankful to be on this journey with you guys. Thank you for trusting me to be a part of the process. Again, if I forgot to shout you out, hey, tag yourself in the comments below. Be like, Coach AJ, don't forget me. And then for those coaches who, maybe you got certified a while ago, whether it was with me or another coach, but it's just been laying by the wayside and you need some more encouragement or motivation or inspiration by getting around a team of legacies. When we're called legacies because we're legacy leavers, legacy builders, legacy leaders, and so much more. It's time to pick that call back up. It doesn't go away. And then one thing you don't want to do is look up and see that God has given somebody else what he told you to do years ago. But I'm going to leave that right there. I'm not going to preach on tonight. I'm about to go finish watching the season 5, I think it is, of This Is Us. I'm so behind. I just got back into the groove of watching Hulu. And I'm almost caught up. So that's why I'm just kind of like mellow because that show makes me cry every episode and I'm tired of it, but I'm going to go finish that season. So if you have questions, go ahead and post them in the comments below. I'm happy to come back and chat with you. I will share these resources with my YouTube crew. So you guys make sure you're subscribing, hitting the notification bell, and then here on Facebook, turn your notifications on so you know when I'm live. This was just kind of sporadic. I just felt like getting on camera. I have those moments. And so I wanted to come chat with you. I will be back very, very soon. So you definitely want to make sure your notifications are going to be turned on because I got some goodies coming up that I'm getting ready to share with you guys. So I don't see any questions live here, but I hope you guys will tag me in some future questions about becoming a coach. Until we meet again, my friend. Hey, Whisper Money. How are you? I love that. Hey, millionaire. Speaking of coaches in our group, make sure you check the group post. I'm going to share some stuff about our Future Black Millionaire movement that started in January. I'm going to share some stuff, some updates coming up soon. So thank you, Celeste, reminding me of that Whisper Money, girl. All right, guys, I am going to go. Remember, there's someone somewhere. They're waiting on you to walk in your destiny so they can walk into theirs, because it's when you let your own light shine, you give others permission to do the same. It's time. You know that as Black women of faith who are certified as coaches, when we impact one life. We impact entire generations. Y'all ready for the impact? Check out blacklifecoachmovement.com. Celestine, you will not miss the housewarming. It's coming up. I got something good for y'all in May. I will see y'all soon. Have a phenomenal rest of your night. God bless. Bye, coaches.